parents didn't love you because you weren't what you designed to be. As our society continues to grow, technological advances are inevitable. With the ever-growing need to be perfect, genetic engineering provides our society with opportunities to create or change the genome of a child to fit what the parents or society wants. Everyone has their own view of what perfect is, and having the ability to create designer babies allows society over time to pick out the perfect traits and weed out the undesirable traits, which could be physical traits or certain diseases. We may think that genetic engineering is too far in the future to worry about, but in 2018, a Chinese scientist designed 2 babies to be HIV resistant by using CRISPR, a powerful gene editing technology. Genetic engineering is creeping on us quicker than we may think. This is the society that we are living in today. In Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, the world state genetically engineers all members of society to fit into certain classes in society, which rids individuals from becoming their own person. People aren't allowed to become what they want to become because they are pre-programmed to be a certain way before they are even born. In contemporary society, people will use genetic engineering to create the idea of a perfect child, similarly as the world state uses it to create the perfect human to fit in their society. Using genetic engineering to create designer babies brings along many ethical dilemmas as to how we as a society should proceed when dealing with these problems. We are about to be living in a brave new world because as our technology advances, we will be able to do the same things the world state is doing to create the perfect human to fit into society, thus ridding our world of individualism like in the world state. In the world state and contemporary society, genetic engineering gives people the chance to create their own offspring, leading to creating many ethical dilemmas for the governments and scientific groups to debate. In Brave New World, the world state has strict ways on how to create offspring, which leads to creating individuals that aren't unique or their own person. John and Bernard are some of the few who have their own ideals and rebel against the world state and their ideas about creating designer babies. In the world state, there are millions of identical twins, meaning that no one is given the chance to turn into their own person. Everyone in the world state is engineered to be a certain way before they are even born. John and Bernard believe strongly that everyone should be given the chance to struggle through life, learn from their mistakes, and become their own person. As the world state's technology has evolved, it has allowed one ovary to yield us over 15,000 individuals. Not one person in this society has been given the opportunity to become their own individual because everyone is made with the sole purpose to help society function. Individuals are mass-produced in test tubes with their chosen personality and physical characteristics already picked out. The world state creates their offspring with the intention to better society, not to create an environment where people can grow to be their own person. In contemporary society, technology is getting more and more complex, taking us in the direction where anyone will soon be able to create designer babies. As this technology becomes readily available, governments and scientific groups have been scrambling to create rules about how this technology can be used to uphold the moral standards that have been decided on. In Designer Babies, Fact or Fiction, Professor Alan Handyside emphasizes that certain treatments like IVF done in the future will allow parents to choose which embryos are implanted and which are destroyed. Allowing parents to specifically choose their child based off of the traits that each embryo has gives the population too much control over the gene pool. Controlling the gene pool will eventually create a strict sense of what perfect is because all the undesirable traits will have been selected against. Giving parents the opportunity to control their child's traits brings up questions like, should a deaf parent who embraces his or her condition be permitted to select an embryo apt to produce a child unable to hear, according to Matt Collins. Being able to choose their child's traits allows parents to create their own idea of a perfect child according to their own beliefs. A deaf parent may believe that having a deaf child is perfect, so they want to have a deaf child to fit into their ideals of perfect. All parents have their own idea of perfection, so allowing people to literally choose their children brings up many questions about how and when genetic engineering can be allowed and how it will affect societal ideas about perfection. Throughout Brave New World and contemporary society, it is quite evident that genetic engineering creates many ethical dilemmas that have yet to be solved by the government and scientific groups. Allowing people to create designer babies creates the fear that individualism will eventually be erased from society, changing how the world we know today functions. As our world continues to grow intellectually, the amount of technology we will have continues to rise. We will soon be able to do unimaginable things, like designing every last detail of our child. Genetic engineering was originally thought to be just a fantasy, that it was never going to be possible. Fast forward many years and it is quickly growing to the point where if not controlled well, every parent may be able to design their own children. Starting as recently as 2007, scientists began altering the DNA of cats to select for glow-in-the-dark traits. These cats were born healthy due to the successful alteration of the genome. Imagine how much science has evolved in 12 years. If scientists were able to design a cat, then imagine how close we are to designing our own children. We are quickly becoming a brave new world, and if we don't act to regulate genetic engineering, we may end up like the world state. Thank you.